What's up, YouTube? It's the Big Kahuna back again with another video. And today I'm going to talk about a video that I had done a long time ago. I haven't gone through my videos to see how long ago the actual video I did, but I'm going to say the video is probably at least 5 or 6 months, maybe even older than that. But I was talking about the fact that when you got these brand new consoles, how they needed to download a patch. And in the case of the PlayStation, the patch was to unlock features such as the Blu-ray, which plays also DVDs, and other features that it had. Now, you could in this case play your PlayStation, at least play the games, but all the other features you had to download this patch to actually do those features. So if you was a person who, say, didn't care about none of the features except for just playing the games, and you didn't even care about movies, then you were good if you didn't have internet. But on this side, it wasn't that. I mean, you was pretty much screwed because, number one, you had to have internet, or had to have had internet, and you have to have, with both of these systems, HD TVs. That is the number one requirement. So if you bought an XP1, pulled it out that box, you pretty much had a piece of plastic that looked good, nice and shiny on one side, grates on the other side, nice little emblem on there, HDMI such and such written on the front. But if you had no internet, that's all you had. You couldn't play games. You couldn't watch movies. You couldn't do literally anything. You could turn it on and that'd probably be about it. So you had to have internet. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up again, and I know some people just take it for granted because most people nowadays have HD TVs. But there are people that's still hanging on to them big boys, the type of TVs that if your children seen it, they would go, "Hey, Daddy, what is that?" Son, that's a TV. That's a TV? Look at that thing. You can't hang that on the wall. That's what I'm talking about. There are people who still have those type of TVs. My friend, he just went out last week and bought himself an XP1. He bought the cheap one, which I told him, my opinion though, I told him you should have just got the one with the Connect. But he'll probably get it later on. But anyway, so he went and he got himself an XP1. He brought it home. He had to go right back to the store. And I said, "Why?" He said, "I couldn't hook it up." I said, "What you mean you couldn't hook it up? It has the HDMI. You just stick it in the HDMI. You're good." He said, "I don't have a HD TV. I don't even have a flat panel TV." He said, "I had one of those big boys." I said, "For real? You still had one of them?" Dude, can you still get TV on that? Can you still watch stuff on that? I don't know. But anyway, so that thing winded up costing him more than $349. He had to go and buy himself a flat panel TV. Thank goodness he had the money then, or else he'd have that pretty piece of plastic just sitting in his room. Now, if he had a PlayStation 4, it would have been the same deal. Pretty piece of plastic just sitting in his room. But lucky enough, he had the money and he went out and he bought himself a 32-inch flat panel TV. Eventually, I'm sure he'll upgrade and get a bigger TV. Now, I didn't even ask him whether it was 1080p or 720p. Not that it really matters to me, but this is the type of stuff I'm talking about. I guarantee, and you know what? I should have asked him where he bought it from. But if these people are buying these consoles, they should tell them, they should be obligated, or somebody should tell them, train them, that if a customer comes, you have to let them know. Don't assume that everybody still has, or everybody has a LCD, plasma, LED, or whatever type TV. You can't assume that everybody has one. And you can't assume that everybody knows that these consoles only do HD. And for the assholes that come in here and go, but the XP1 only does 720p. Stop your lying. It does 1080p because there's games on it in native 1080p. So let's move on. But anyway, you can't assume that everybody has a flat panel TV nowadays. You just can't. And even if they do have a flat panel TV, who knows how old that flat panel TV is? They may have one that actually didn't have HDMI. And for those people scratching their head going, oh, flat panel TVs have HDMIs. I've had 2 flat panel TVs myself that didn't have HDMIs. They were older. They still were flat, and they cost a lot of money. I might have had one that was like a 15-inch. When I got it, it was like $500 or $600 for that thing. And we talking about something that was like this. Looked like a little computer monitor. And it was a TV. And it didn't have HDMI. And then the next one I got was bigger than that. And that didn't have HDMI. It was after that when I got TVs that they all come standard with it now. It's just a matter of how many you're going to get. So, I believe that the stores, whether it be GameStop, Walmart, or whatever, should be telling their customers, if you're buying this, you have to have a TV that has HDMI inputs, and you must have internet. If you don't have internet, you at least got to take it to a friend's house and hook it up so you can get a patch with the XP1 so you can do anything. And I'm not sure if they still do it with the PS4, where you can unlock certain features on there. But also, another thing that should be done. Hold on, I'll be right back. Right back. And I'm back. I just love this template. I love being surrounded by the games, the content. But moving on. Also, in that video I made a long time ago, I said, why is it, and I'm not sure, PlayStation may be doing this now. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll probably find out when they start getting some games that I want, and then I have to go get another one. But why isn't Microsoft preloading the patch so you do not have to do it yourself? Number one, it takes a long time to download the patch, which is not that big of an inconvenience. But what if you don't have internet at all? You see what I'm saying? Because these stores are not saying, hey, do you have internet? Because you're going to need internet to download this patch. Do you have a HD TV with HDMI import? Ports in the back, because it's not going to work without that. They simply are not giving this information out. So then you have people that get home that either they don't have internet and don't know that they have to download a patch, or they get home, maybe they do have a flat TV, a flat panel TV, and it's an old one that doesn't have HDMI ports in the back. This is the things that the customer should be told. But the most important thing is Microsoft should preload this patch into the consoles. It's been over a year now. Now, maybe some of these consoles are still the old consoles that have been sitting out there or whatever. And maybe they're starting to do it now. I don't know. If anybody just got one and they didn't have to download the patch, let me know. But if they're still downloading the patch, this is something that Microsoft needs to get on the ball with and preload or pre-install the patch. They already got other stuff on there like the operating system, which they have to preload or pre-install, and other stuff on there that we don't know about that's pre-installed. So why can't they pre-install this patch so people who don't have internet won't get home and go, why ain't this thing working? The movies won't work. I can't play my games on it. Come on, Microsoft. Sorry if you know you've been doing it. I don't know, but the last time I checked, you still had to do it. And this is something that you guys need to do. I mean, has anybody ever thought about this at Microsoft? Hey, let's preload this so they won't have to do it just in case they don't have internet. Because, once again, there are people who just don't care about plugging into the internet or even playing their games on the internet. And with that being said, fanboys don't love their favorite system. They just hate yours. Peace.